In this video, I'm combining my enthusiasm for tech and comic books and discussing the recently relaunched Marvel Comics Unlimited digital comics service. So if you can't tell by the shirts I wear, I'm a geek for all kinds of pop culture stuff, particularly comic books. I first started reading comics around 4th grade, give or take, and have been on again off again these multiple decades. I read a variety of mainstream and independent stuff, but Marvel has always been my go-to publisher. X-Men was the series I actually collected the most in paper. Spider-Man is one of my all-time favorite characters. Along the way, like I did with a lot of physical media, I sold off my floppies, including some really old collectible graded key issues. I transitioned to digitized comics before it was really even a commercial thing. Then onto Comixology, where I bought and read until eventually Marvel Unlimited came along. At the rate I read books, paying per issue, even digitally on sale, became counterproductive and priced ridiculously given Marvel has tens of thousands of back issues and publishes dozens of new books weekly. A simple subscription is the perfect idea here, paying for access to the effective entire Marvel history and new issues published on a short delay from print. Marvel Unlimited was borderline perfect in theory, but in earlier days was plagued with issues. The lead time to release new issues was 6 months or more, kinda long for hot stories. The apps available were of dubious quality, ripe with bugs, loading and stalling problems, and limitations like being able to download only 12 issues at a time. For a long time, it seemed like Marvel Unlimited was languishing a bit. Fixes felt few and far between, and no major shifts in the service had happened for a while. Now, in late 2021 here, Marvel Unlimited has been overhauled and relaunched with rebuilt apps, changed terms of service, exclusive digitally minded content, and more. Marvel now offers Unlimited for a base price of $10 per month or $70 per year. That's a pretty nice yearly discount, along with the Plus option for $100 a year if you like some extra plastic and baubles. The yearly for $70 is certainly the sweet spot. For that price, you get access to now over 29,000 comic books, and that's insane. With a little Googling, I found that Marvel has published on the order of 32,000 comics as of the year 2009. So the assumptions I found put the to-date number at more like 40,000 plus. So we're talking roughly 3/4 of the entire Marvel history now in Marvel Unlimited. And they don't only add newly published issues each week, but they also add back catalog fill-out as well. And I think there'll come a day in some years when they can confidently say the entire history of Marvel is in this service. New releases are put into Marvel Unlimited now 3 months after hitting print. This had been 6, but the relaunch cut it down to 3. This is better than DC Universe Infinite, which doesn't go to digital until 6 months on its own now. 3 months is pretty solid. I look forward to the inevitable 1-month window, though, as the next step. With the relaunch, you can now also find Infinity Comics, new stories by legit credit creators made for the digital age with a vertical style reading presentation. I really haven't looked through these too much yet. MU is focused primarily for use on Apple and Android devices, specifically phones and tablets, and this is my iPad 11 Pro here. The new app runs so incredibly better than the prior iteration. It's fast, snappy, and actually keeps you logged in based on my experience so far. The presentational structure has changed a bit. It's more list-based in most of the views, and I actually don't like this too much. I prefer a cover flow type when looking at series or groups of books. The list ends up having a lot of dead space to it, and I think it wastes real estate on the screen. But if you're reading digital comics, you really owe it to yourself to get a larger format tablet, and I highly recommend a 12.9-inch iPad Pro for the ultimate experience. That iPad is effectively making single pages on par with oversized graphic novels. It's just awesome. And while I have the 11-inch iPad right now, my intent is to upgrade this back to the 12.9. Even using Landscape on such a big tablet looks pretty solid, but I do wish that Marvel Unlimited had a 2-page spread view with a fit to vertical size like Comixology does for landscape reading. As it is, I generally read portrait until I hit a 2-page spread, flip landscape, read it, and then rotate back to portrait after. So recommendations, the home screen search, and so on all work great. Given so many books, it's nice to browse by characters and other metadata, including events, creators, and other reading guides that bind storylines together. Here's that vertical listing I was talking about. And you can even save books at this level directly to your library for quick access. Library lets you essentially build your own digital collection, flagging books, series, and so on that you like and want to revisit quickly. You can choose to download content and take it with you offline where you might not be internet connected. Previously, as mentioned, you could only download 12 measly issues. Now, just like the service, it's unlimited. This is great. Going on a long flight or vacation, download away. Downloading books are directly accessible in a download section of your library. Reading management is quite nice. Your progress through a book is kept and indicated by a red status bar under the issue when seeing the comic in various views. I kind of like the red icon tag that they used to use before, but this is gone now and only the bar remains. Finishing an issue gives a direct pop-up for next options, including starting to read the next issue. This is awesome for binge reading, as going back out and to jump back in between books is a pain. Books open snappy and quick, pages download fast. I see still a very rare black page, but this is pretty few and far between now. It happens so much more often in the prior app. There is a really major bug though that affected the relaunch, where red status was not showing for some people, and that actually included me. It would have been ridiculous for this service to have lost my reading history after being a subscriber for so long. Marvel was inundated with feedback though, and so far has started to restore read status to accounts. I see a lot of proper read history now when seeing issues, but I find it still not complete versus what I know I read, and I really hope they fully fix this up in short order. There's also this new option for your library called Following, so you can tag series you want to read as new issues come out or work your way through older series. It's great, and the way I generally use the app actually. I usually read series by series, so I just follow and rip right through issue to issue. There's an excellent option to go right into a followed series and continue reading where you left off, which drops you right back in the issue, right at the page that you were previously at. The one tip I'd give though is if you finish a book and exit without continuing, or continue but then exit on the cover page when you continue reading, it will put you back to the end of the prior issue. So what I do when I'm done reading a book and I want to quit is continue into the next issue and just move ahead one page. Continue reading then takes me properly to that first page when I come back. For all my years of reading with Marvel Unlimited, I've never had such a fast, seamless reading experience as after this relaunch. Books look great too, although I can't really comment on exactly what type of resolution or encoding is being used here. I did feel previously that Marvel Unlimited seemed to have lower image quality than Comixology or DC Infinite, but I'm not noticing that quality difference in the relaunched app. The one thing I hope to see though is an actual fully featured desktop browser-based reading experience. This is really needed in my opinion. They actually killed some of the web access in the big refresh, so I hope desktop web reading is part of a more relaunched access continuing to come soon. Marvel Unlimited is also not in the Amazon Android App Store. I'm sure some Kindle Fire users might really like it, and with Android apps coming to Windows 11 through the Amazon App Store, we really need Marvel Unlimited in there. That could solve the desktop reading access very easily, and then have them just add the iPad app to the Mac App Store, and they're all done. So that's Marvel Unlimited, digital comics relaunched in late 2021. As it is, I'll probably just subscribe to this yearly for the rest of my life and never buy another Marvel comic directly again. I'm sure as time goes, this service will get more investment, more exclusives, fill out the entire Marvel history, and continue to be a pretty great value. Even at $1 an issue on Super Sale via Comixology, I can read way more than 70 issues of Marvel Comics in a single year. I just wrapped up the Charles Soule Daredevil and now going into Matt Fraction's Hawkeye, which I believe will play a lot into the upcoming Disney Plus series. Any questions? Please ask them in the comments. And if you're a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan that wants to enjoy real Marvel source material, I don't think there's a better way than Marvel Unlimited. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content. If this video does well, I'll follow up with a similar DC Universe Infinite review, as well as a general Comixology one too. The world of digital comics is really set to change with these publishers doing their own things, offering their own subscriptions, and some apparent rumbling that Comixology may fold more into the Amazon and Kindle mothership. We'll see. Thanks for watching.